2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times a negative 2 is a negative 4x. And negative 1 times x is a negative 1x. Negative 1 times negative 2 is plus 2. Distribute it with this one. X times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. Or I have 2x squared minus 5x plus 2 over x plus 2 times x plus 2 times x minus 2 plus x squared plus 2x over x plus 2 times x plus 2 times x minus 2. Now notice I did change the order of multiplying, but by the commutative property of multiplication, the commutative property of multiplication, I can change the order of multiplying, so that's what I did. Now that I have simplified the numerators, I can then add them. So I can keep my denominator, x plus 2, I don't write that as x plus 2 squared because I've got two of them, times x minus 2, and on top I'm going to add the numerators. 2x squared plus x squared is 3x squared. A negative 5x plus 2x is a negative 3x plus 2. So we have 3x squared minus 3x plus 2 over x plus 2 quantity squared times x minus 2. Keep the denominator, add the numerators. Now I need to see if 3x squared minus 3x plus 2 over x plus 2 quantity squared times x minus 2 can be reduced. If I can factor 3x squared minus 3x plus 2, then it may be possible to reduce the fraction. A few minutes of examining 3x squared minus 3x plus 2 using trial and error factoring should convince you that 3x squared minus 3x plus 2 is prime and cannot be factored. Now if it cannot be factored, then the fraction cannot be reduced, so we have our answer. This doesn't really look like an algebraic fraction, but it is. Let's simplify 2x to the negative 1 plus 3x to the negative 2. I know that a negative exponent tells me to take the reciprocal of the base. So I can rewrite this as 2 over x plus 3 over x squared. Now I need to find the common denominator. Well, x is just x. X squared is x times x. So then the least common denominator is going to be the x times the x. So the least common denominator is x squared. So I want to rewrite the fractions just like before. So I have 2 over x plus 3 over x squared. I'm going to leave space to multiply by something. Now here comes the whole critical step here. What do you multiply x by to get x squared? Well, to get from x to x squared, I need to multiply by x. If I multiply the denominator by x, then I've got to multiply the numerator by x. What do I multiply x squared by to get x squared? Well, I don't need to multiply by anything, but a lot of people like to show that you're multiplying by 1. X squared times 1 is x squared. So you could say you multiply by 1, or you could just say I already have the common denominator. So now I have 2x over x squared plus 3 over x squared. Now since I have the common denominator, I keep the denominator x squared and add the numerators. 2x plus 3. Now it's time for you to get a little more actively involved in the process. It's time for you to do some exercises. I'm going to give you 3 exercises. I want you to work the exercises carefully to verify that you indeed understand everything. If you have trouble with any of these exercises, be sure to get help. Today's lesson is fairly easy if you stay on top of it and if you're very careful. I'm going to start you with a common fraction, just to make sure you remember how to add common fractions. 3/5 plus 5/8. So number 1, 3/5 plus 5/8. Number 2, 3 divided by x minus 1 plus 2 divided by x plus 1. 3 x minus 1 divided by x squared plus 5x plus 6 plus x minus 3 divided by x squared minus 4. Once you have copied all 3 problems, stop the tape, work the problems, and then restart the tape to check your answers. The answers are 49/40 for the first one, 5x plus 1 divided by x plus 1 times x minus 1 for the second one, 2x squared minus 3x minus 7 over x plus 3 times x plus 2 times x minus 2 for the third one. If you disagree with any of these 3 answers, be sure to check with someone. It could be that you made a mistake. It could be that the answers are incorrect. In either case, you need to check to verify that you indeed understand the concept that's just been presented. Once you understand the addition, we're ready to move to subtraction. And I'm simply going to give you the rule for subtraction. To subtract algebraic fractions, you add the opposite of the fraction being subtracted. To subtract algebraic fractions, you add the opposite of the fraction being subtracted.